everybody, and welcome back. This is Angela Tiziana Tarantini, Dr. Angela Tiziana Tarantini, Angie, yours truly, working for the Tasmanian College of English and the Sydney College of English. Welcome back to your IELTS online course. Today we're going to tackle Unit 3. It's very cold today here in Tasmania, so let's warm up. Speaking. So if you have a partner there, a student you're doing this course with, engage in a conversation. If you don't, please try to do it as a monologue. So if you were given a free holiday in any city in the world, which city would you like to visit and why? What would you enjoy doing during the day? How would you spend your evenings there? Where would you prefer to stay and why? Think about your last holiday. What do you remember most? Before you start your conversation, I just want you to notice something. If you were given, that is a passive, uh, were given, and this is a second conditional. If plus simple past, in this case passive, would plus infinitive. And you use the second conditional to talk about unlikely or unreal situations. Pretty sure you know, but just a reminder won't hurt, right? All right. So please pause this video and engage in a conversation or a monologue for 3 to 4 minutes. I assume you will have done it. So let's move on to the reading. Here is a reading passage, quite similar to one of those that you can find in the general training module for the IELTS test, during your IELTS test. So take 5 minutes to read the text, and then here is some information about the 4 attractions, as we said. Read about one attraction at the time, and then with a partner or with yourself, recording yourself, that would be a good idea so that you can then listen to your own recording later. Discuss why these attractions are popular. So, for example, you can say it appeals to people who appeal to collocations. It attracts people who. It's a good place to go if. Okay, so remember that who is a relative clause. Who is a personal pronoun, is a relative pronoun subject used for people. All right, so pause this video, read, discuss, and then we'll chat. And as usual, I will assume you will have done it. So let's look at some possible answers. The castle appeals to people who are interested in history. It's also a good place to go if you want to see the whole city. Okay, to appeal to be interested in. Okay, collocations. Our dynamic Earth attracts people who want to learn about the planet. The Forth Railway Bridge is an interesting and unusual engineering structure, so it particularly appeals to engineers. Deep Sea World is a good place to go if you want to see sharks, piranhas, and other fish face to face. If you're in good health, you can go scuba diving among the sharks. Would you do that? I'm not sure I would. Anyway, go back. So, matching task. Matching task is something that you will probably have to do with your reading test, okay? Both for the general training module, but it's also quite common in the academic reading. So, let's look at this exercise. For which attractions is each of the following statements true? Write the correct letter A to D. So, for example, this attraction is located in the city center. That's A. The relevant phrase in the passage is underlined. Here, it stands on Castle Rock, a massive volcanic rock in the heart of the city. Now, I will give you 5 minutes for this. Pause this video, do the exercise, and then we'll check your answers. As usual, I assume you will have done it, so let's go and check. Number 1, C. And this is the sentence where you find it. This was very time consuming. The solution was to construct the fourth railway bridge. Number 2, an unusual building was designed to house this attraction. A striking purpose-built tented structure, right? Number 3, D, you must be at least 16. Age limit on one of the activities at this attraction, 16. 4, C, it was opened in 1890 and has been in continuous use ever since. Number 5, A, the military tattoo takes place at Edinburgh Castle every August. Number 6, D, we can help the children in your class to improve their scientific skills. Number 7, B, explores the extremes of our planet Earth. Well done. Shall we look at some grammar? Yeah, no, grammar is boring, but it is necessary. In your IELTS test, you will not have any kind of grammar exercise, but you will have to, of course, integrate your knowledge of grammar in your writing and speaking skills, in your writing and speaking tests, but also synonyms and matching, identifying, those are things that will be needed. Those are skills that you will need in your IELTS exam. All right? Now, let's complete sentences from 1 to 6 with the correct ending from A to G. There is one extra ending which you will not need to use. That's also a classic in the IELTS test. They never give you straight things because then you will go by exclusion. Okay, so this is a classic. All right, I will give you 5 minutes for this. So please pause this video, take 5 minutes, do the exercise, and let's go and check your answers. Castle Rock has been inhabited for nearly 3,000 years. Because of D, its good position, right? 2, the fourth bridge was constructed so B, trains could cross the river. 3, you must be reasonably healthy to swim with sharks because F, it can be pretty terrifying. Yeah, I'm healthy, but I'm not sure I would do that. All right. 4, the fourth bridge was made particularly strong because G, many people were afraid it would collapse. 5, a lot of interactive exhibits were used in our dynamic Earth so that, C, it would appeal to children. 6, our dynamic Earth is popular with children because of E, the interactive exhibits. All right, well done. Now, let's go back and let's check rules, grammar rules. Yeah, boring, I know, need to be done. All right, because is used to introduce a cause or purpose, obviously a cause. It is followed by a clause, not an infinitive, not a noun phrase. So, because of is used to introduce what? So that is used to introduce what? Cause, purpose. and is followed by what? A clause or a noun phrase? Think about it for a minute. So, because of is used to introduce a cause, and it is followed by a noun phrase. So that is used to introduce a purpose and is followed by a clause. All right? So, what is the difference between the meaning of so in these sentences? The underwater tunnels at Deep Sea World were designed so visitors could get close to the fish. Remember, fish is another one of those words that is uncountable in English. Tickets for the military tattoo sell very quickly, so it's worth booking as early as possible. Do you see that there is a difference between this so and this so? Let's go look. Sorry, next page. So in sentence number one, so gives the purpose or intention. So that is also possible in this case. Hmm? In the second sentence, so gives the result, the actual outcome of the situation. It may not have been intended. So that, in this case, is not possible. All right? Now, so look at these sentences from 3 to 7. So decide if so in each of these sentences introduces a purpose when so that is also possible, particularly in writing, or a result when so that isn't possible. In two sentences, is helping you in two sentences, both meanings are possible. Now I'll give you 5 minutes for this. As usual, I will assume you will have paused this video and done the exercise so that we can check the results. You can check your answers. So in sentence number 3 is a purpose, so that is possible. Our dynamic earth was constructed on a former industrial site so that it would help to improve the district of Edinburgh, right? Makes sense. Sentence number 4, result, so that isn't possible. Sentence number 5, either purpose or result. Look at it. The water in deep sea world is heated so that tropical fish can survive there. Or so tropical fish can survive there. And in this case, both it's got both meanings. Yeah. Number 6, Castle Rock is an extinct volcano, so there is no danger of an eruption. So that is not possible because this is a result. Okay. Sentence number 7. Our dynamic Earth offers plenty of exciting activities, so visitors have the experience of a lifetime, or so that visitors have the experience of a lifetime. So in this case, too, it's either purpose or result, both possible. Right. Well done. So shall we look at the grammar? Cause, because, and because of are used to express the cause of an event or a state. Because is a conjunction. What does that mean? That it joins two sentences together. So it must be followed by a finite clause. Edinburgh attracts a lot of visitors during the summer because the festival is very popular. Finite clause, subject with a verb. Because of is a compound preposition. Compound meaning consisting of more than one word. It is most often followed by a noun phrase. Many people prefer cities to the countryside because of the nightlife. A noun phrase is a phrase which includes a noun and usually something else. Could be a modifier or something else. Because of can also be followed by a clause beginning with WH, usually what. I visited the museum because of what I'd been told about it. Mm? So a more formal alternative to because of is on account of. Purpose. The purpose of an action, that is, what is hoped for as a result of the action, can be expressed by using so that, usually so in informal language. So this is an important tip for your IELTS text. If you're doing the general training and you're writing an informal letter, you can use so. If you're writing a formal letter, use so that. From these things, the examiner will understand that you have a good command of the written language. All right? I booked a hotel room in advance so that my friends could meet me there as soon as I arrived. Notice that in this example, the two subjects, I and my friends, are different, and that we don't know whether my friends met me or not. All we know is that that was my purpose or intention. Okay? Result. Unlike a purpose, a result is something that actually happens. A purpose is an intention, a result is actually the outcome, the result. It can be expressed with so, not with so that, as we've seen. So is a conjunction, joins two sentences, and is followed by a finite clause, subject, verb. All the hotels seem to be full, so I stayed in a youth hostel. Be careful not to confuse the purpose and the result meaning of so. I booked a cheap hotel at a distance from the city so I could save money. But I spent a lot on taxes, so I didn't save anything. So the first so introduces a purpose, but the second one introduces a result. In formal language, formal, results are usually expressed in other ways. For example, the city's advertising campaign led to or resulted in a big increase in the number of tourists. The bridge was closed with the result that traffic came to a standstill. So these are useful expressions for you to learn, especially for your writing task. When you write an essay, you want to be a bit more formal. Also with task one, academic module. Task one, general training, really depends on the type of letter that you have to write, whether more formal or more informal. All right.